Everyone. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Velvet Lounge. It is tea time. I am making my favorite energy cleansing tea. So yes, it'll pump you full of energy, it'll help cleanse your system, and most of all, it tastes divine. It is lush, it is sweet, and it has everything you need in it to satisfy almost anyone. And the best thing about it, it's also versatile. So, to make my favorite tea, what I do is I start out by I actually use a really large cup, mug. My daughter calls it a bowl. My husband also calls it a bowl because it's so large, but it's not. It's just a really large, oversized mug. I love tea. I will sip on this for a couple hours, and I don't mind if it gets a little cold. It's awesome, even if you put ice in it. So this is something you can also do in the summer. Normally, I use ginger in my tea. I usually dry it and pulverize it myself, but we just found this not long ago at a store, and I'm going to try this ground ginger. The other thing is I dry my own peppermint, and that's what's in this jar, so I'll put a few leaves of peppermint in the tea. I love golden blossom honey, but I do try lots of different honeys. The more, I hate to say it, but the more expensive, the better with the honey. This is our Italian lemon squeeze that we use, or sometimes I will use fresh lemons. And today I'm using green tea that I got from Trader Joe's. This is not a sponsored video. I just had to add that. And also an orange spice tea, and I guess you can kind of see who made that, but once again, this is not a sponsored video. And what I do is I use purified water. It's already been boiled. It's over there. And I already used some of that water to rinse out my cup. So I don't start with just a cup I pulled out of the cabinet. What I do is I take some of the boiled water, swish it around in the cup, pour it out. I also do the same as far as sterilizing. I'm using a bamboo stick, if you will, to stir my tea. I commonly do that because that way you have no metallic taste whatsoever. We use, if we have guests, we might use like sterling silver spoons. You don't have anything from that. It's just very pure, very natural, or as natural as it can be, and tasty. So I am going to start out simply by pouring my water into the cup. And oops, I'm doing this with one hand. Normally the tea bag, the tops of it would not totally fall into the tea, but since I'm doing this by myself and not using a tripod because I thought this would be a quick and easy video, yeah, that just happened, so forgive that. And I will let that steep for a little while, and then I'll come back and finish this off. So the tea has been steeping for about 3 or 4 minutes, and now I'm going to add my other ingredients. And after I add these ingredients, I will let my tea steep for another 2 minutes or so, and then it will be ready for drinking, or enjoying, I should say, sipping. So I'm going to just shake about, I don't know, that's probably less than, I don't know, it's just a sprinkle of the ginger because it's been pulverized and dry. I mean, it doesn't totally ever mix in and dissolve in the tea. So you will want to keep something so that you can stir it frequently as you're drinking it. Next, I am going to put my honey in, and I do love honey. So yeah, I'm a little bit generous with it. So I'm probably, in this gigantic mug, I am putting probably about 4 tablespoons. If you want less, put less. If you want more, put more. If you don't want any at all, obviously, don't use it. Some people prefer sugar or other sweeteners. Obviously, you can try that as well. And then what I'm going to do is put in my peppermint. So next is the peppermint, and what I do is I just put put some of the dried leaves in there. If you want to, you can use a tea ball, so that way you can just put all of this inside of the tea ball and then take it out, and it won't be floating in your tea. I love the naturalisticness of it all, so I don't mind the leaves floating in my tea. It sort of adds to the ambiance. And then I will put about a tablespoon of lemon juice in there, and then give this a little bit of a stir. You don't need to stir it too much. You're going to steep this again. And if I feel I need to, which I will, I like my cup nice and full, I will top this off with a little more of my boiling hot water. And then I will put my saucer back on top and let this steep again. So I will now just let that steep for another 2 minutes, and it will be ready to enjoy.